Hey guys, so when is the last time that you needed to go to the doctor? When you made all these excuses, I'm too busy, it'll heal on its own, I don't know which doctor to go to. Well, our next sponsor, ZocDoc, is going to change all of that. They make it super, super easy to book a doctor's appointment. I know for me, like anytime I have any type of ailment, I freak out and immediately Google search or go to TikTok to see what's wrong, which is absolutely the thing that I shouldn't do. I should go on ZocDoc and find the right doctor to go to. And being that ZocDoc is a free app where you can search and compare high quality in-network doctors and click instantly to book an appointment, it cannot get any easier. So I know we've all been there. And with ZocDoc, we are talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty from mental health, dental health, primary care, urgent care. Choose a time slot that works for you and instantly book a visit. They also happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even sometimes score same-day appointments. So if you are putting off going to the doctor, it sounds like ZocDoc is right for you. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/Cyrus to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/Cyrus. ZocDoc.com/Cyrus.
Tish
Same.
also loves a redneck woman.
Oh, don't
don't
make me start singing Redneck Woman.
Girl, I got one of those coming out on June 27th.
Ooh.
We got a fun one coming out right after.
Okay, I can't wait.
Yep, with maybe a remix.
Yeah, we're hoping Brandi can do a remix.
That would be sick.
Stoners, welcome to the Hot Mess Express. We were out last night doing our live show. Annie was there. We were literally all out last night. Annie and I are still recovering from Stagecoach. I'm in a wedding tomorrow. Annie's going to shoot a video, ACMs. Like, it's nonstop.
We'll see you there.
I
I love that we're like our parallel lives. We get to see each other.
It's like we met in Sun Valley not that long ago, and now all of a sudden, like, I see you everywhere. It's great.
I know. I love it. And it's weird. It's like certain people, I'm like, I'm supposed to know you. Like, I just had like a feeling, you know? I don't know if we were friends in a past life, but I love that she's like a real farm girl, a horse girl. Like, you're down home. I'm like that. And really, I fell in love with you when you came off stage and it was 35 degrees outside at our show. And she said, here. And she handed me her hand warmers. And I said, this is my girl.
She got your back.
Yeah, I had to. It was freezing. All right, just to not skip the like official intro. Stoners, welcome Annie Bosko to the podcast.
Thank you.
She is a country music singer, songwriter, performer, musician, artist, all the things. And we recently became friends. And the story actually is funny. We were at this festival in Sun Valley, Idaho for, I should know this. Was it like a ski championship?
The World Cup.
The World Cup. World Cup ski championship. And so it was freezing. And even though I like packed pretty good, like I mean I literally wore ski pants and during my set because we all played outside, you know, in the middle of the day. So I wore ski pants and then this like huge puffer coat, and I was
chic.
Freezing though.
Looked
but I was
chic.
so cold. And then I come off stage and she's getting on stage and she's wearing like the thinnest jeans I've ever seen and like a jacket, like a cute jacket. Like she looks great, but she is not warm.
No.
And I walked
Not
up
warm.
and I was like,
Freezing.
this girl's gonna freeze to death. So I was like, you have to take these. I was like, hi, Brandi, take my hand warmers. You're
so
gonna
sweet.
die.
She handed me the hand warmers, and it was love at first sight. I was like, I love this girl.
Were you freezing the entire show?
Yes.
It was cold.
Yeah, and my whole band had tequila, and I was the only sober one. And then, like, you know, 3/4 through, I had a little tequila, which helped.
I'm sure.
But no, it was freezing.
Oh my gosh! I remember. Did you wear the Gucci puffer?
I sure did.
That's what I figured.
It was the warmest thing I had. I
And the
did.
Morant sunglasses.
Yeah, the
You
Isabel
looked
Marant
so good.
Sunnies. I wore that North Face puffer and then also the cute black cropped one that you guys liked that Miley
Oh,
gave
I
me.
like that.
I did wear that one, but I was cold because it was cropped.
Got it.
But she was badass.
Oh, we get Molly to deck us
Yeah.
out.
Oh, I would too.
The reason I knew she wore that is because we went all the way out to some storage unit to
In
get
Thousand Oaks.
to get some puffers.
Literally so far.
Thousand Oaks, California, and so we were like,
All my good stuff is from Miley.
I know mine
Yeah.
too.
Boots, shout out.
Everybody
Of
was
course.
last night asking me about my shoes. I'm like, Molly gave them to me.
Do you guys all have the same size? Because that would be really
Yes.
helpful.
We're all the exact same size, everything.
I love it.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
great.
wild.
My friend works for an actress, and we're similar. So I get all the rejects. It's
Isn't
like
it
my
good?
favorite day of the
I
month.
get
I'm
all
like,
Molly's
yes!
rejects. It's great.
Yeah, it's the
Because
best.
even the rejects are still like great.
Really good.
Crazy, all designer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. That's
I
too
can't
good.
wait till people just send me all their stuff and I have rejects.
Well, it seems like it's coming up soon
It's
for you.
coming for
because
both of us.
You're freaking killing it.
Thank
You
you.
really are. I feel like you're everywhere, and you like Stagecoach. You worked with Area, who we talked about in the very beginning.
Yeah.
You did a lot with them. I saw you performed at the Area House. You performed on the main stage this year. The ACMs are next week. You're nominated for Best New Artist or Best Female.
Y'all,
Female artist?
I like missed out by one person.
Whoa! Did they? Oh, they already gave
I
it.
got
didn't
cut.
they?
I got cut, but
You
it's
got
okay.
cut?
It's
No!
okay
What do you
because I'm
mean?
technically eligible for next year. So
But
just
they did-
cross the
you were
fingers.
included.
I was in like the top 6, and then like when it broke down to 4, I got cut. I know, it was very sad.
Well, I'm gonna have something to say about that today. Who's in charge? Oh wait, it's Randy.
It's Randy. I know.
We can cut that
Technically,
part.
well, he can't. That's the whole thing. He can't
Yeah,
really help on my behalf
Oh
because
my
it's a
gosh.
conflict of interest.
that's
But it's okay because
infuriating.
I'm playing a sanctioned event,
Okay.
which means you're eligible for red carpet. Probably the
Oh,
same
yeah,
with
yeah,
you. So if you play an event around it, and I am technically eligible for next year because I have a song that's in the top 40. We have a song in the top 40. So
Congrats.
thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Really amazing.
Thank you.
You are hilarious.
No, I was thinking, how long have you been doing this? Like,
So long, like too long. And actually, funny story. I got like my first big job fluke with Disney when I was 13, singing on Little Mermaid 2. And I think my parents were scared. It was sort of like maybe opposite of your approach, which I don't know, but it's interesting because you guys went Tennessee to California. I went California to Tennessee to chase the dream. And my parents, I think my dad was in farming. And my mom, I'm one of 5 kids, which I think, do you have 5 kids?
Yeah,
do.
same.
How do you have 5 kids?
I have 5 kids.
How? Look at you.
Thank you. I don't know how, honestly.
Literally how?
I have.
It is crazy.
You
Both of
look
my brothers are
unbelievable.
6'4". It's like, where do how?
Look how tiny. Like, where did they
don't
come from? How
know.
did you store them at one point in this little body?
I don't know, but I loved it, and I love. Did you love having a big family?
Loved.
Yeah.
The best.
Where did you fall in the?
Let's be honest, there's probably like no trust situation or like no fallback plan, When you have that
Totally.
many siblings,
I
you're like,
know.
well, I guess that's not going to happen later on. But no, it's just the best in the world. Like my siblings are my best friends.
Yeah. Where do you
100%.
fall in?
Are you in the middle?
I'm the
oldest?
middle.
You're in the middle.
Molly too?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
But so anyways, I digress. So Disney, that happened. And then they wanted to like do more stuff with me. But it was one of those things where my parents were sort of like, hey, let's just focus on school. And I'm like, no, but this is what I want to do. But, they didn't. They kind of said, let's focus on school and do music later. So then later, when I felt I was the right age and I realized college wasn't for me, I drove here and been in Nashville for 18 years, which is crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. I know. So I'm the 18-year overnight success, you guys.
Well, Brandy's taught me that they say the 10-year town, so you're not that far off.
I'm
I
the
know,
20-year
right?
town.
Well, it's different for everybody, truly. Like 10
It
years is the
is.
minimum. 10
Yeah.
is the minimum for people, I feel like.
Yeah.
Even and it's funny, like we've talked about it with other people on here. It's the public just sees this overnight success,
Yeah.
and just has no idea like how long people have been at it. And even who was it? Oh, with Russ yesterday at the live show.
Yeah.
Since you were there, we talked a lot about like when the public hears a song. They, I think people just think like, oh, they just wrote this song last week and now it's out and now it's
Yeah.
on the radio and whatever. And it's like, no, songs like spend years right in the pipeline of like
Yeah.
from when I wrote it to when it gets picked up to like when it actually makes an album to when it's on the radio. Like the life of like an artist's craft is so long that people just have no idea.
No clue.
But I would love to hear a little bit about your origin story. Obviously, you grew up in California.
Yeah.
But so moving to Tennessee, like, I love hearing about when people first got here.
Yeah.
Like, did you have a hard time making friends? How did you get, because, like, the music circle is so small. Like, what was your first foot in the door into the music circle here in town, and, like, kind of how things got started for you?
So I didn't know anybody here, but my aunt knew a friend of hers was a single mom who moved here because she decided she wanted to raise her child here. So I lived with them in one of their spare bedrooms in Brentwood, which was great because it was like, it's like Pleasantville. And I was young. I was like 18 at the time. So my parents felt that was a safe move for me to be. And she was so sweet and awesome. She's still like my Nashville family to this day. We're very close. And I showed up to like every writer's night. I sang demos for tons of songwriters. I did really anything and everything I could to meet people in the music industry, which really led to kind of the network that I built over time. And a lot of these people I still work with today. It was definitely challenging. Like at one point I auditioned for American Idol and got contractually tied up with that. So then I had to clean houses for a summer because you can't make money doing like work in the entertainment industry.
If you're on American Idol?
Yeah, it was crazy. Back then, at least.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. So I'd say it was definitely lots of ups and downs and worked lots of weird, odd jobs to work towards the music dream. And then once I signed a publishing deal, then I could just kind of focus on that and writing songs and stopped saying yes to all the demo work, which I loved, but that wasn't what I wanted to do. And I didn't want to get pigeonholed as that, which they're really great about doing. And I'm like, guys, like Trisha Yearwood and Chris Stapleton sang on people's demos.
Yeah, totally.
You have to start somewhere to meet people.
Yeah.
And it also taught me how to record. It taught me the structure of a song. I feel like I learned so much. And so I signed my publishing deal, stopped working odd jobs, and then I started self-releasing music. And that's when I'd say things kind of started to turn around for me.
Wow. So you're just doing it all yourself?
At that point, yeah.
Really? Like no manager, no team, no nothing?
Well, you have managers, but are they doing anything?
Well, exactly,
let's be honest.
right?
Like so many people, you have teams of people and you're like, okay, so what are you doing? And I'm doing everything. And now I'm in the first place, really. So needless to say, during the pandemic, I had like 3 deals fall through. I moved home. I had surgery on my vocal cord. Wow. And took a while to recover. Then the lockdown happened, and I said, I'll go back to Nashville when I get a gig. I got a gig. Vince Gill was at the gig and offered to do a song with me, which sort of led to, my like return of coming back here and just rebuilding my confidence. I started self-releasing music. I did a song with Dwight Yoakam, who's, like Mr. California, king of country,
Absolutely.
Just the best.
Yeah.
And Vince and I started to put out music. My manager, Randy, heard it, which led to him signing me and then my record deal. So it's the first time I'm in a position where I can honestly say, like, I have help for the first time. Yeah. Like a real team behind me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy, though. I feel like as an artist, like you have to be able to wear all the hats. Like even though you have the team,
all the hats,
and even when you have like Randy's amazing. Like even when you have a good manager, you still have to be able to do all the things. Yeah. And it's something I really learned from my sister is that she is in control of every tiny little aspect of what goes on for her brand and for her artistry. And if she's not, then it's not going to be what she wants and it's not going to be great. And she's just so controlling over all of it. But that's why what she does is so great, And so it's like, I've really learned watching her, like, even though it would be nice to let someone handle things, I don't. And I can't. And everyone's like, you're a control freak. And I'm like, yeah, well, if I'm not, then things don't happen the way I want them to. And it's funny, like, yeah, you have to be a good songwriter and you have to be a good performer, but you also have to have a business mind. And you also have to be creative enough to like come up with your artwork and come up with your brand and come up with your merch and like do all these things, because if you're not involved in it, I feel like that translates to the audience and then they don't feel like what you're doing is authentic. Right. Like you really have to be able to do it all.
Absolutely.
It's
especially
crazy
to be perceived and believable as a real, true artist.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think the true artists are the ones that are very detail oriented, that do, I'd be curious to know, like, I know because you've managed Miley, did you instill that in her at a young age to like have a vision and a mind and a voice for what she wants?
Yes. And I think that's why so many people ask me why our relationship has worked in such a great way, because I think a lot of times when a parent is in a management position, it does not go well. And it's gone so well for us. But I think
with Molly, she kind of always looked at it as if anybody's going to have my back and do
Yes.
what's actually best for me.
Absolutely.
It's my mom. And so I think up until Molly was old enough to be in a position to do all of those things, it was me, you know? So she really, up until really Bangers is when she really started, you know, zoning in, and her vision was really coming through. And it's so crazy because I feel like with Molly, she went out on such a limb with Bangers and really pushed limits and was so ahead of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody was like, what are you doing? Like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is like, this is insane. Like, this is going to ruin your career. And to me, it's the moment in time where she actually put Hannah Montana behind her and, you know, stepped into being her own true, authentic self. And it was amazing. So, yeah, so us together, and even my youngest daughter, Noah, she really now, she's 25. And it's so crazy because I'm with her, like, she just moved 5 minutes from me, which is great. So I see her every day. Yeah, Molly's like 10 minutes and Noah's like 5 minutes. So it's great.
That's great.
And
you're like,
And I'm a
4-hour
4-hour flight.
flight.
Just the way I like it.
But you would be shocked at Noah. Like, she is just like Molly. Every detail, she's never not, like, she is in control.
You're making me feel so good about this because at times I'm like, do I have a problem? Or like, why am I so obsessive
No, I
about
think you have to be.
details? And now I feel such relief that I am
Totally.
because to your point, it's like when you do let things go, it's like then the vision gets watered
It
down
does.
and it's diluted and it's not what you envision. And it's so important as an artist to make sure that your vision is being executed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to, because nobody else is looking out for you. Like, you hope they are. And I know in your situation with Brandi, like, you probably feel really great about the everybody that's the managing and all that. But like, they have other artists,
Totally.
and, you know, other things going on.
Yes.
So like,
Yeah, he has other,
He's
he
got
has
a lot
other
going on.
artists.
yeah. So you have to kind of be looking out for yourself.
Yeah.
You do 100%. And no one knows you better than you.
Right.
At the end of the day, no one.
Yeah. Do you feel pressure from like the label side of things to conform to a certain sound or look or anything? And how do you navigate that and stay true to who you are?
I think there's always a balancing act, you know, of what, once you sign a label, now you have a team of people that are helping make decisions on your behalf with you, that have opinions. And that's a beautiful thing. And I think, you know, fortunately they've listened to me and what I want to do. And I have been great about that. And I have, you know, Randy helping, and he definitely has my back and supports my vision as well. So I think, yeah, it becomes a balancing act whenever you include more people on your team, and you have to kind of come together to sort of listen to each other. Because there's been times where I'm like, well, I don't know, like they'll have an opinion on something and I'm like, I don't know. And then I'll look at it and go, oh, like they were actually right. So I do think that everyone really wants the best, and you have to remember that, because at times as an artist, you're so used to, unfortunately, feeling like people don't have the best for you because you've dealt with betrayal, and we've all had to deal with it as artists. So you, by default, think that everybody's doesn't have your back or is trying to betray you, and really sometimes they're not, and they actually have your back. And so yeah, but that's just part of growth and learning how to work as a team.
Yeah, that's so true. It's hard to not feel sometimes in this industry like everyone's against you.
Totally.
Especially when like you have a vision and like you have something you want to do, and then like you have a team of people that aren't creative telling you what you can and can't do, or like what direction you should go. I don't know. Like I get to a place sometimes where I get so frustrated because it's like, you guys don't get it. But
when you were
there
on
is
a label and you
reason.
were in a band and you know, and you had to navigate that.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, you also can't do it alone.
No,
I mean, you
exactly.
can, but it's very hard.
Oh, you need a team.
It's this industry is set up for like having the team in place, you know?
Yeah, when everyone goes, oh my gosh, you're everywhere now. I'm like, that's because I have a team. Yeah, like I could have never, I tried doing it alone for a really long time. I'm like, you can only get so far.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Do you prefer being in the studio writing music or being on tour?
Both.
You like both?
I think they're so different. They're different hats, but yeah, you have to wear all the hats. I think I love both for different reasons, but for me, like personally, nothing beats being on stage. I love, ever since I was a kid, I did musical theater. It's so ingrained in who I am, and I think the people connection, like in connecting with people, I love so much.
Do you love being on the road? Do you love traveling, or do you get so homesick?
God, who does? Does anybody love that?
Does
anybody love that?
I feel like there are some men that love it, like men that can just take a backpack and not brush their hair.
Yeah, and that's the
they're,
difference,
woo!
by the way.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Not
It's
shower for days. They're fine.
Yeah, I have to bring 3 different colored hats that match my boots, and I have to make sure I have the correct eyelashes that I have to go on my face, and it's a much different ball game for us.
True. It's rough being on the road, I think.
Yeah, and I'm not in a private jet yet, but when that happens, then I have a bus. Trust me, I'll have a yoga mat and a facial steamer, and I'll have like
All
blue
the
algae and ginger shots and all the things that I need to be healthy. But being healthy on the road is a challenge.
Yeah.
Major. And just finding the right food, and it's also tough. Yeah.
That's my biggest complaint. I fly so much, and
Same.
I just don't understand how airports don't have decent food. Like how? It's
I
so
know.
expensive.
Yeah.
Traveling is like it's so accessible now, and it's so like just routine to fly. It's like, how are the airports still selling McDonald's?
Yeah, like we can't
And
get a
just
hummus cup
McDonald's.
and
Yeah.
you know, like a crudite of whatever is it called, a crudite, you know that thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? Like
I just
like
don't get it.
a vegetable thing and crackers and hummus. Is that the
Yeah.
least we can ask for?
Yeah, I know. And it's like clearly people are willing to spend whatever
Totally.
at the airport because everything's expensive and people pay it. So like why not offer
Yeah,
I would pay $5 more for a fresh salad at the airport.
same.
You know? I think it's
I did have a
nuts.
burger and fries last night, but yeah, I'm like, really, your one night home, you're like having a burger and
know.
fries, but sometimes it just sounds good.
It actually
So-
does.
does.
Where did you make that, or did you get that out? Because I'm obsessed with Burger Up.
Same. Oh, I thought you said burger. I love Burger Up.
It's so good.
Oh,
It's good.
and their homemade ketchup.
It is.
I don't even like
ridiculous.
ketchup and I like their ketchup.
Me too. Me too. Yeah.
Me too.
I love their ketchup. It's so yummy. It's so
That's
good.
too good. Okay, I want to talk about your style a little bit because you have great style.
Thank
And
you.
it's funny, like, I mean, obviously, like, you are authentically very much a California girl.
Yeah.
But I do feel like your look like really exudes that.
Thank
but
you.
but it's also so like Western cowgirl. And I feel like people don't really associate the two.
Yeah.
But I would love to hear you talk about like growing up in California and that you did
Yeah.
grow up on a farm and kind of where your style originated and how it got where you are now.
So yes, my dad is a 3rd-generation farmer, produce farmer. Their headquarters is in Oxnard, California, but they also farm in Salinas, California. So we got to split time as kids, and my uncle is in the rodeo world. So all my cousins were in the rodeo, the rodeo world, competed in the events. I never competed, but I loved to trail ride, and I would take the horses out, go for a trail ride, sing to myself, and that was just my favorite thing to do as a kid. It was my time to connect with nature and really kind of a zen place, and being on a horse, I'm sure you can relate, still is something about the outside of a horse that's good for the inside of a man.
Yep. My dad
And
used
I-
to always say that.
Yeah.
Yep. It's so
Totally
true.
believe that. And so that's kind of where I guess my Western lifestyle started. The first pair of riding boots I ever bought as a kid were Ariat. So
That's so funny. Full
Same with
circle.
you. Dude, I tell you, 5 kids, like there's so many
I know.
similar
A lot of
age, like we have a
parallels.
lot of parallels.
I know.
And so, yeah, that's kind of like really how it all started and has sort of morphed and evolved over time. I do have a stylist that helps now, Tiffany Peros, who this is her jacket, shout out. And that's helped a lot because my number one stressor is figuring out what I'm wearing to an event. Like, what am I wearing? Right now, I don't know what I'm wearing on the red carpet, and
Me
it's
neither.
stressing me
It's
out.
so stressful.
Right?
To the point where I'm like, I'm not going. Cancel the flight.
You have to go.
I'm not going.
You have to go.
I have to go.
Because we have to hang
I'm
out.
DJing.
Yeah.
I have to go.
And I'm going to come support you.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah, no, clothes are so stressful.
It's stressful.
It is. Yeah.
So having someone that gets your brand, your vision, and she kind of had a vision like, okay, we're going less Broadway, Nashville. We're going more Aspen, Colorado. And I'm like, I've never been to Aspen, Colorado, but I'm in.
Genius.
You
Yeah.
know, like I like it. Like just kind of,
Yes.
she really wanted to be more of a Western cowgirl edge, which is sort of the vision that she felt was me. And she's like, it's important that that's you. And you are California, which means like, you're fun and it's like kind of laid back and casual, cool, but mixed
Yeah.
with the Western lifestyle. So that's something that I think is like now, I'd say just now I'm sort of really understanding. It's
Yeah.
crazy after all this time. I'm like, oh, that's my brand.
Yeah.
You know?
And you're the only one doing that.
Exactly.
Which is great.
Thank
like no
you.
other girl in country is doing that. Like that California, like Aspen
yeah.
Cowgirl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It does set you apart, and but it's also just very like you. Like
Yeah.
it makes complete sense for me that's your brand. You know?
I know. I'm sad I have to retire all my rhinestones for a little bit. They'll come back. We'll have a rhinestone
you can add a
moment.
sparkle or two here
Yeah,
and
get a
there.
little
But
bling here and
I
there.
love your aesthetic and I love what you're doing. And I think
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
think
love
it's
yours too.
very-
I feel like you've got such a cool Western edge, and we've talked about it. But I'm like, dude, no one else is taking the lane of DJ, EDM, but like with the country flair, cowgirl. Like clearly, Diplo's made a great career doing that. But I'm like, there's no female, which is so exciting because it's in your DNA.
Yeah.
It feels like it's what you were meant to do in your lane.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's
and it's
so
crazy
cool for you.
it's not like like unlike my sisters, like I didn't know from a young age that I wanted to do this. Like if you had told me in high school you'd be a DJ, I'd be like, that's hilarious. Like
DJ's changed. The term DJ, the career DJ has changed.
It really has. It's changed a lot, and it's funny. Like, not only is no one doing besides Diplo doing this like country EDM thing, but like the number of females in the DJ and electronic music world,
We need
are
more.
very small.
We need more.
And it's very challenging being a woman in this field because it's
girl.
just so male driven.
I tell people, I'm like, the reason look, God has his own timing and I'm on God's time. But I do think when I moved to Nashville, it was so bro country heavy. And I literally had an executive tell me, we're not signing girls. We're not signing. And that was it. And I was like, okay. And sure enough, they didn't sign a girl for like 7 years. And I think the next one was like Kelsey Ballerini or something, or Maren Morris. And so I think
That's wild.
I mean, in country music, it's still 16% females. That's it.
Yeah.
It's crazy when it comes to consumption. You look at any festival lineup, Stagecoach, like it's very rare to have a female headliner. So I
true.
understand the battle that you're facing, but we are in it to win it, girl,
I
and
know.
we're gonna win it. Let's go.
You know, it's cool. Like I do like, and I'd love to hear from your perspective. Like I feel like the women in country are very like, let's band together. Like everyone seems to be very much like championing each other, supporting each other. You know Lainey, right? I'm sure you've met Lainey.
So sweet.
She just is. I literally
Awesome.
just saw where she came out, just in support of like Ella Langley and just saying like she's amazing. Like I love what she's
awesome.
doing. Like I just feel like everybody's in each other's corner at least with the females, and I love that about everybody in country, the women in country, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why women are being celebrated more in country because all of the women kind of got together and they were like, we're here, we're doing this, and we deserve to be celebrated.
Yes.
The ACMs is actually doing the party I'm playing is actually in celebration of women in country.
Cool.
So it's like I'm only gonna play female country music.
Love it.
And that they asked me to do that, which is very cool. And so it's just gonna be a night of like celebrating women, and I love that. And you're right, like it is very male driven.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of men out there singing about a lot of dumb shit. You
Oh
know,
my God.
and I don't know.
And it all sounds the same.
It
I'm like, I
does.
can't tell who
It's
this.
so
I won't
true.
name names, but I'm like, I can't tell one from the other. And I'm
know.
like, how many of these will really stand the test of
Breakthrough,
time?
right?
You
And
know?
stay. Yeah, it's rare.
It is.
Very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I am back to talk about Cozy Earth, which you know I love. I feel like my bed and my bedroom are my sanctuary. And I am literally obsessed with sheets and bedding and anything that's like just a comfort. I love feeling like when I get in my bed, like I'm getting a big, fuzzy, warm hug, truly. Cozy Earth sheets are absolutely divine. I cannot live without them now. And they also have buttery soft like PJs, and everything that they do is just, I'm a Taurus. We love comfort. So Cozy Earth is all about comfort and quality. The one thing about Cozy Earth is they have a 100-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty. That's how much Cozy Earth believes in these products. And I can tell you from my own personal experience, they are so yummy and so cozy. So luxury should not be out of reach. So visit cozyearth.com and use my exclusive code Cyrus for up to 40% off of Cozy Earth's best-selling sheets, towels, PJs, and more. Trust me, you won't regret it. I love this product so much. That's cozyearth.com, code Cyrus. And if you get a post-purchase survey, please tell them you heard about Cozy Earth from Sorry We're Cyrus. I promise you, your sanctuary awaits.
I love you guys. Can I be like an adopted Cyrus?
Yes, you can.
Can I just be like a surrogate daughter of yours?
Yes,
I think you were
please.
like the momager I needed when I was like 13 with Disney. I needed Tish.
Yeah, you did.
Where was my Tish?
Because I was thinking, like, if she would have been mine, I would have been like, yes, let's go.
I know. She would have.
Not everyone's cut out for it, you know.
That's
and like,
true.
And I do think, like everyone's journey is different, and that's something I'd really. People are like, "Are you upset when these TikTokers come in and they?" I'm like, no, because that's their path, and that's great
Totally.
that they're on their path, and that's not my path. And maybe my path is to resonate with the girl that's been struggling and trying to do it for a really long time, and they never gave up on their dream, and that's probably. Something I get the most from girls is they come up to me and it's like, you never gave up.
Yeah. It's so crazy
too.
because,
Yeah.
you know, even like if you think about Sabrina Carpenter,
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, she has been doing this since like she won a Hannah Montana contest for singing.
Yep.
Like that's kind of where she started. And that was like 20 years ago. So it's so crazy to see,
Yeah.
you know, so many people. Cause I feel like so many artists that actually end up making it big are the ones that have been at it the longest and just hung in there and kept going. And, you know, it's
Stapleton. It was
my gosh.
18 years.
I know.
Or like 17
He's my
of
fave.
being here. And I remember seeing him at the basement and he was in the Johnson Brothers at the time.
Yep.
And there was like 6 people there. And I'm thinking like, how in this guy is the most talented. And then I want to say a year or two later, Justin Timberlake promoted that song and it was like game over. But he's another one that like so talented, been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about your music a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody's been jamming California Cowgirl, all over Stagecoach. I freaking love it. But you just put out a new single. Let's hear about that one a little bit.
Yes, it's called God Winks. And I'd say out of any song I've ever written, I'm the most proud of this one.
Wow.
Yeah. And I've written lots of songs.
Yeah, I bet.
So I feel like it was crazy. Like we wrote it a day later, they sent me the demo and I started bawling. Like I had a visceral reaction to it and started bawling uncontrollably. And it was just like, it moved me on a really deep level. My mom used to say God winks, like when you kind of like these little moments when God lets you know, hey, I got your back, keep going. Like when you're sort of debating something or you feel like you're at the end of your rope or you want to give up, God sends you like a little sign. And so that's kind of what the song's about. And I've certainly have my share of God winks. And I'm just so excited for people to hear it because I feel like every time I play it live, people start to cry.
Aww.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
That's a good thing.
I
for
think that's
sure.
a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, there's a lot of country music that's very shallow lyrically. So,
Yes. Well,
especially
hey,
the male driven.
To your
But-
point, like I think about the songs that I grew up that like I heard, whether it was I Hope You Dance or The Dance, The River,
Yes.
Yeah.
What Hurts the Most.
Ugh,
You
loves
know,
that song.
like those songs that you heard were, I call it like the pull over on the side of the road song.
Totally.
And I'm like, man, I would just kill to have a song like that. And I'm not saying that this song's going to do that, but I really hope it does.
Yeah,
I mean, those
Yeah.
are the song those are just the best songs.
I know.
Yeah.
They are.
That
To like
ev-
change my life.
Yeah, Jesus Take the Wheel.
Mhm.
I love.
Tish
Same.
also loves a redneck woman.
Oh,
and
don't
a party
even
song.
don't make me start singing Redneck Woman.
Girl, I got one of those coming out on June 27th. We got a fun one coming out right after.
Okay, I can't wait.
Yep, with maybe a remix of it.
Yeah, we're hoping Brandi can do a remix.
That would be sick.
I know.
sick.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's play Tish's favorite game.
Okay.
We'll play a little game. It's literally it's called the boring game.
Oh.
It's
Are you
not that
calling me
great.
boring?
It used to be more fun. Now it's the boring game. It's kind of like a rapid fire, but if there's anything you don't want to answer.
Okay.
You don't have to.
right.
Tizzle, I feel like you're up first.
I already know the answer.
Oh
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Song of yours that's closest to your heart.
I feel that for me, it'd be Over the Rainbow. Because as a kid, it was the first song I ever sang in front of an audience. I was 5 at my great grandmother's funeral, and we used to watch The Wizard of Oz together on her bed. Yep. And so, like that song, yeah, I still get emotional every time.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
I
it.
thought you were gonna say God Winks.
Oh, well, it is God
That's-
Winks now,
Yeah.
but like of all time.
That's closest. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. All right, who's your dream duet? Can be living or dead.
Shania.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, you and Shia.
Ugh.
You guys are like 2 peas in a pod. I feel.
I know.
That would slay.
That would be sick.
I
So
started
good.
bawling, crying when I met her.
Did you?
Yeah, like a little bitch. I did.
I
Like
love
tear.
it.
It was so weird. And I'm like, this never happens. But I thought I was her when I was in 8th grade. So it's one of those.
She's an icon.
She is
Icon.
an icon. It's
Literally.
insane. Okay, what country artists would you want to go on a wild road trip with?
I feel that Luke Bryan would be fun, and he would probably like hunt animals in case we ran out of food, and he would make me laugh a lot. You know?
Totally.
Some people would say Riley Green for that one, but Luke would be funnier.
Yeah.
You know,
That would be fun.
Yeah,
Luke
he'd be
does.
fun.
I've never met him, but he seems like a complete nerd, which would be so fun on a road trip,
That's
right?
hilarious.
Don't you think he's so nerdy?
you guys should get him on the podcast.
I know. We really should.
I know.
How old is Luke?
50,
I can't tell.
48
Is
ish.
he? Is that
He's
old?
so sweet. Every
He's
time
48?
Every time
Wow.
I've been around him, he's so sweet and down to earth. He's just cool.
Yeah.
He's just fun. He's funny.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Who's your dream celeb day drink partner?
I feel like it'd be you guys and Miley.
That would be fun.
like all like the Cyruses together.
That'd be
You know what I
fun.
mean?
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Too
Like-
bad Miley's sober now. But
Yeah.
Oh,
damn.
Well, that's what
it
the
would be.
marijuana margaritas are for.
exactly.
They're coming out with all the different weed
They
alcohol brands
are.
now, which
I
is
know.
great. It's
Yeah.
great.
So
It
great.
is.
I know.
That's true.
Oh, I love this question. What's
Right.
your go-to karaoke song?
You know what it is lately? Just because I throw people for a curve. Boom. And
Oh my God.
will
Damn.
always love. I sang that on tour with David Foster for like a year straight. And so I do have it like it's in my it's one of those where I'm like I know it like the back of my hand and I can just like shock people.
That's a bold choice.
That's
though.
a
yeah.
very
Yeah.
bold choice.
Wow.
Depends on if I've been drinking or not. If I've been drinking, maybe Shallow.
Oh, that's a
Okay,
good one.
these are all hard songs.
They are.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's what's fun about it is people like they
People
don't
are like,
expect
"Oh."
that you can do it and then
That's
you do it. And
true.
they're like,
Gonna
oh my
suck,
God.
And then you just slay.
I mean, that's insane.
That's too good. What is your pre-show ritual, if you have one?
trying not to stress out. I try to do a throat coat with tea and honey. That always helps the throat. Say a prayer and like I'll usually do something fun. Like before Stagecoach, I did a. Thank God I had my gating angel with me because we all need one.
I love
Oh,
that.
he's the best. He's the hus friend that we all need.
Yes.
good.
And we just did we blasted the music in the Arid house and we did this like our fun little line dance together.
Cute.
It's cute. You slap your butt. It's a whole thing. And he just like slays it. So like just jumping around and like having fun because I do think that helps just like,
Totally.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Kill the nerves a little bit.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I like to sit in silence before my sets.
Oh.
Are you serious?
zen
I like
girl.
I kick everyone out, especially at something like when I played Stagecoach last year at the
Yeah.
Honky Tonk Tent, and I was a nervous wreck
Ooh,
because the
yeah.
Chainsmokers were playing right before me, and I just like I don't know, I was just so nervous that like all these people that I
It's
actually
big. It's
care
big
what
time.
they think are going
Yeah.
to be there and listening to me. And I was so nervous. I kicked everybody out of the trailer, and I was like, I need to sit in silence for
I
5
respect
minutes.
that.
Like, can you guys please get out? And they were like, you're insane. Most people are taking shots before their DJ set,
Seriously.
and I'm like,
Not
I need
me.
silence.
No, I don't drink anymore before shows. I used to do just like a whiskey and I thought like, oh, it eases the nerves and it makes me better.
Yeah.
I'm like, it doesn't make you
No.
better at all, actually.
No.
You just dries up your throat.
Yeah.
And so yeah, but that's good. Maybe I should do deep breathing or anything like that.
I just need quiet, and I need to be alone for like a few minutes.
That is so Brandy.
By the way, I get
I
that
just
because like
need-
right before you go on stage, it's like people just love to be like, hey,
Oh,
so like, what do you
totally.
need? I'm like,
No,
I need you to go away.
Oh,
like
the
everyone loves
fucking
to like,
Oh,
worst.
they do.
If
be
I'm
on
doing
you.
my makeup, and like usually it's like already a close quarters, like a hotel room bathroom or like a backstage area, and people are like, yeah, so like, what are you thinking for your set while I'm trying to do my
No,
makeup?
and that's what
they're,
they
like, up
do.
in my
That's what
face,
they do.
And I'm like, you guys, I need 10
Yeah.
feet of space. And
yeah. But why why do they do that
I
to
don't
us?
know.
And like, I hope this podcast makes people realize
You know who you are.
Yeah.
Hovering.
it's like one thing to be like, hey, you need anything?
Yeah, yeah.
You
But,
know, like Sue's, like Mama Sue's over here. She worked with Toby Keith forever, so she gets it. And she's like so great. Hey, you need anything? And I'm like, thank you. And
Yeah.
yes, I need the
Yes,
Ardell
I
Wispy
do.
Lashes from Walgreens that I forgot. And I need it. And like she'll get it and then like knows and just like steps away. And you're like, thank you. But
Yeah.
a lot of people don't get it.
No,
and they
I
want to be
know.
up in your
They
space.
actually don't.
Totally.
Although I feel like Molly loves everybody up in her
She
space.
does.
Yeah.
Some people like
she,
it.
She's got people fluffing and
Yeah.
putting her clothes on. And
She
doing
loves
all
it?
Loves
yeah,
it.
she does love
I
it.
don't love it.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I
she
know.
absolutely. She
Wow.
like loves hair and makeup. Loves hair,
Okay.
makeup, and wardrobe. It's her favorite. So till the very last second, somebody's
Yeah, that's so true.
yeah.
I know.
Zhuzhin.
It's funny.
Okay.
Matt is like just still figuring out, I think, like me and the dynamic of like before a show and stuff.
Yeah.
And at Stagecoach, everybody was in my fucking room, driving me crazy.
Because we both stayed
I
in
was
influencer
rushing. I was
houses,
in an
which, by the way,
influencer house.
we can't stay in an
I
influencer.
can't stay there every.
I had to hide in my closet. I was like, oh my God. And I literally FaceTimed my stylist and she's like, are you okay? Why are you locked in your closet? I'm like, because people won't leave me alone.
Yeah.
But it was kind of nice. At
Don't
one
get me
point,
wrong. Shout out Patron. The house was lovely.
Oh, yeah.
The food was great. There was a full-time chef. Like the
Wow.
house was gorgeous.
yeah.
My bed was comfortable. But like just having that many people in a house that are partying 24/7.
no,
is
and I'm
not
with you.
for me.
Arid influence. This house, dude, I stayed in. 3 years ago, I went to Stagecoach with my sister, and we stayed on an inflatable mattress in my cousin's Airbnb. So this
Yeah.
was an upgrade.
This
When
was
I
an
walked into
upgrade.
this mansion,
Sure.
I was like,
You're like,
oh my
great.
God, I've made it.
Yeah,
I made it.
But then you're surrounded by people, and you're like, "Oh, I want to go back."
Yeah.
But God bless Matt. Like everybody was driving me crazy, and I was late, rushed, tired, all the things.
Yeah.
And I was like, there was a small little mirror I was trying to get ready in, and Matt was like standing, and there's just too many people in there, and I was like, "Baby," I was like, "Why don't you go take a walk and like see if there's like a drinker?" And he goes, well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself. And he just walked out. And I was like, I was trying to be so nice about it, asking him to move.
Oh,
But
guys
it
get
was
so
like,
sensitive though.
I
They get like really
know.
defensive. It's
I'm
really
like, if
interesting.
maybe if
I'm
he
like,
leaves,
wow.
Like if we remove the 250-pound man from the room, like maybe I'll feel like I have more space.
Yeah,
And I was
more
trying to be so
space.
nice. Like,
Yeah.
you go see if there's a drink for you. Okay, well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself. And I was like, that's going to be a conversation later. But it wasn't. But it's just funny. I'm just like, he'll figure it out.
Yeah, he'll get it.
Yeah,
Totally.
he'll get it. It's too
Yeah.
good.
At one point, I laughed because I had my friend had a B12 shot in my butt, and then my girlfriend had an airbrush thing on my face. I'm like, this is too good. I'm like, get a video of this. 'Cause there was like 3 people at once because it wasn't just people don't realize this. It's not just your performance. I'm like, I did 4 other performances
Yeah.
around that performance
Wow.
and a billboard feature. And another thing, and the day of Stagecoach did like 20 interviews.
Wow.
Because you're bouncing around. So it's all the other stuff around it.
Yeah.
You know, that when you're on the grind of like trying to make it, you know, I think once you reach a certain level, you probably
Yeah.
don't have to
You don't
do
do that.
as much.
Sure, but
You would know.
I remember those days, and it's
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's way too much.
Way too much.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a grind.
It's a real grind,
Yeah.
but got to do it.
You do.
Yeah.
we really got off track. My bad for the rapid fire, Miss Chow here.
Oh,
I
worst
love it.
date you've ever been on?
I was dating a guy and we were on a date and I didn't realize that he was also dating someone else
Oh.
until I saw a photo of his dog on the girl's Instagram in a canoe because he went on a canoe
Oh,
trip.
God.
Yeah, and so then we go on a date, and I am gonna confront him about this, and I'm like so nice, you know. And at times it's really hurt me in my life. I am. Most girls would be like, you know, like
Totally.
cuss him out.
I'm too nice too.
I am too.
I'm too nice. So I was like, I'll go to dinner with him and explain to him that, like this was wrong, you know, right? So go to dinner with him at I think it was Bar 360, that place in
yeah.
like the Bellmead 70-100 split.
Okay.
And so I confront him about it and say like, hey, I saw the dog. Like, I know what's going on. Someone at the Titans game was like, hey, I see you with him. And it was her. We had the same color hair. Like, that's not me because I'm not at the Titans game.
Oh, no.
I know. It was so sad because I really liked him. And so anyways, I confront him about it at this dinner on our date. And I tell him like, hey, just so you know, I know what happened and blah, blah, blah. And we break up on the date. And I leave, and there's a giant glass door, and I don't
no.
see it, and I go into it, and I like blacked out, and I literally collapsed, and I hit the floor. After I find out I've been cheated on, and we break, and I'm like,
no.
they didn't see that. Yeah, that was
Brandy,
the worst.
this happened to her.
I did
It was
run into a
terrible.
glass door
Oh, it was
once. Yeah,
terrible.
it's not great.
Oh my god, that
It's
was the worst
definitely a low
date. Does
point.
that count as a date? It was terrible.
That is
hilarious.
terrible.
it was horrible.
Yeah.
I cried the whole way home, and I was just like, I want my life to change.
Yeah, that's not great. Have you ever ghosted someone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Haven't we all?
Yeah, and it's look, boundaries. Like I am the nicest person, but once you've done me wrong and I see the true colors, no, I'm unfollowing you, I'm blocking you. I don't want you in my atmosphere. I don't want your energy around me. You're gone. and
Yeah.
you're really gone. But when you're
yeah.
in, like, I will do anything for you. Like, you're my girl. I'm like, I will do anything for you.
What's your zodiac sign?
Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Wow.
Yeah. What does that mean? Why did she react like that?
My husband's an Aquarius.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's and supposedly Taurus and Aquarius don't gel.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Oh,
And
see, I heard that we do.
I don't
You guys
know
are
about
doing
him.
good.
I don't know about in friendships.
Maybe not like romantically, but I've actually read that they do because we're both independent signs that are like kind of like independently understanding of each other. I don't know. What are you?
I'm a Gemini. And
Oh, we
I
get
like,
along
yes,
very well.
I like
You're like my
Aquariuses
number
a
one
lot.
match. Yeah, and Aquarius does well,
Yeah.
which is interesting. Randy's an Aquarius. Garth
Man,
is an
that's so
Aquarius.
funny.
Lots of Aquarian power.
Wow.
Interesting.
But
Garth's
I
an
don't know.
Aquarius?
Yeah, he is.
Makes
Lots
sense.
lots of artists. Cheryl
I
Crow,
could
Yeah.
see that.
Alicia Keys. Yeah.
I could see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're weird people, but we're great. Like we're just eccentric.
It's funny because when we first met, I forget who, I don't know if I looked it up or somebody told me that it was like Taurus and Aquarius, like it is just zero chance. Like
Zero.
And I would say this to him and he'd be like, stop, that is ridiculous. That is the craziest thing. But they say if it works, it really works.
Yeah.
But for the most, it doesn't. And
Yeah.
It's just like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I
So-
used to go so deep into astrology that it would dictate my day and my week.
Yes.
And so I have to keep it at a healthy
Kelsey.
balance because I can go so deep into the astrology thing that I'm like, okay, but you can't let it like and see what's funny is that I used to be obsessed with it that certain couples wouldn't work, and then I would find other couples like my brother-in-law and my sister are like the cutest, they're like the greatest couple in the world. And apparently their signs don't and I'm like, okay, you know, at some point you're like can't make it like your God or like your
Exactly.
everything. But I do believe in a lot of it.
It's
'Cause,
crazy.
like I'm full blown Aquarius.
and I am full Taurus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she is full Gemini.
You know what though? I'm a Taurus moon and Scorpio rising, and I feel like
Oh yes.
I can have a lot of Scorpio traits.
Yes.
I know.
Well, and the moon and the
That
rising
Gemini
balance you.
Scorpio is
They do.
scary.
See, like they say Aquarians aren't sensitive, and I'm like, but I'm like very sensitive. But I have Pisces moon, Cancer rising, so those are both very.
Yeah.
So I do think it's your whole chart that
Yeah.
really does.
yeah,
make you
and
who you are.
am I Leo rising?
Ooh, girl,
Cancer moon, Leo rising.
Makes so much
that's a good
sense.
balance.
Is it?
Yeah, because Leo's like you're in charge, you're a go getter, you lead, and but then you're
Cancer,
sensitive.
Yeah.
So that's good. It's a really good balance.
Okay.
Like imagine a Scorpio.
oh
that would
my,
be terrible.
that would be insane.
You know,
That would be
right? Like
terrible.
run
I
for the
just
hills.
found out that Miley is a Gemini rising.
This makes so much sense.
Does this not make
She's Scorpio sun.
Sag, Scorpio, Gemini?
Love.
I cannot think of anything scarier than a Gemini, Scorpio, Sag.
I love them all. This is great.
Crazy.
Well,
I mean, she's my sister, but I knew I loved her.
I mean,
know?
honestly, you're a Gemini. Mammy was a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Miley's Sag,
That's
so
so
I know them
funny.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too good. Okay, we gotta fast forward a little bit.
Scary.
What do you love to splurge on?
Close.
Yeah.
But
Any
I'm like,
specific?
we talked about this. Like, I'm getting smart about it. Like, I'm like, wait, I don't need to
I'm
pay
getting smart.
$2,000 for double RL, which I can't really afford, and they don't have it in my size when they have it on Poshmark with a tag
I know.
for $200.
I know.
And if you want to go designer route, well, either you need to have the designer loan it to you for the
Yes.
professional event,
Yeah.
or I've gotten very crafty with eBay, Poshmark, Forward, List, all the different online platforms. Because let's be honest, you can't find things in Nashville. We don't have
nothing.
Yeah, it's
you can't
difficult.
find things anywhere.
That's
Okay,
true.
so it's the internet.
Even in LA, now that Barney's is gone.
I know.
I mean, it's like
shopping is hard.
I mean, shopping is like if you're gonna go on like
Mhm.
Rodeo Drive and all of the big huge designers, but to really just go shopping,
Yeah.
like there
Does anyone do that anymore?
I don't think
No,
anyone
no
does,
one
but
does
I
it.
love Forward.
yeah, forward's good.
Oh, it's great.
But it can be trouble.
Yeah.
Forward is good.
Yes, I know. Just don't link it to your Apple Pay
I did,
God.
and it's
because it's a
not-
double click on the side of
Oh,
a
I
phone.
know.
Ah!
I know. It's
But is
dangerous.
you know what I just noticed? Like if I order something from Forward, are they all together with the Revolve?
Yes,
in
all the same
some
company.
Oh gosh, which is, I mean, Revolve is a game changer changer. Once we learn those return policies, it just makes life
Free shipping,
know.
free returns.
It's too
But
good.
somehow I think things are returnable. And then I'll find out a month later, it's like store credit. And they don't, I'm like, am I doing, I think maybe they flagged my account.
So they can do
For,
that.
like, ordering
If you return too much, they'll stop allowing you to get free returns.
Well, that's ridiculous because if you're
I think that happened to me.
if you're shopping
I think that
online,
happened
you
to
don't
me.
know if it fits or not.
no, I know, but I think some people abuse the return policy.
And I ordered double X small, X small, because like sometimes you're right.
Right.
bet
I'll
you-
do that too.
I bet you they balance like how much you're returning versus how much you're actually buying. You know what I mean? That would be my guess.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I just ordered like a dress and I ordered the small and the extra small.
So did you keep one?
And I keep one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like people that order like 10 things and return it all the time, I feel like that's
Oh.
who's getting flat.
But I do, and then I returned
But
because
I
I
do
ordered
that.
10 for the ACMs. I ordered
I
10
know.
dresses just as a backup.
Yeah.
but I got 2 sizes of each one, so I'm gonna return them all. But I won't be surprised if I see a store credit
They're like,
pop
"Store
up in my
credit
account. And I'm like,
only."
how did that get there?
Yeah.
Gosh, do your second to last one. We got to wrap it up.
What's your love language?
Cooking food. Yeah, I
So
love
acts
to
of
cook.
service.
Yeah,
Doing
probably
things
acts
for
of
people?
service. Yes, and I love food. Like inviting people over and like cooking for them. I maybe because my mom cooked every night, and like I grew up with that, and I just love a home cooked meal. Like that's
Yeah. They invited me over for dinner and
Yeah.
we did eat out, but you made this
Yeah.
elaborate.
No, it
charcuterie
wasn't
board.
elaborate.
She told me
It wasn't.
all about
It
it.
Elaborate.
wasn't.
She was like, "Oh, I just threw this together."
No, that's
and it was this, like,
nothing.
gigantic-
That's
and she
nothing.
told me as we were walking out the door. I was like, "Wait, what? This has been here the whole time."
That was nothing. You got to come over for a real meal.
Yeah,
Some
we
steaks
will.
on the grill. Do you eat steak?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Because vegan, we can do that too, but it's just not as fun.
No, steaks on the grill.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Brandy told me all about it. She was like, "Mom, you do not understand.
You
like,
have to
she
come
made this
over.
elaborate
You have to
meal.
come over.
Yes, I will.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
she
Whenever
needs
I'm
to
here.
see the
Yeah.
won't
Yes.
say it, but where you
Yes.
live, it's beautiful. All right, what is something you're manifesting for this year for yourself?
Headliner status.
Yes.
There we go.
I love to perform. I love to entertain. I think it pisses me off that we don't have more female headliners in country music.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you look at festival lineups and you're like, and I don't know why it is, but it needs to change.
I know.
Yeah. Same with your world and the DJ world. Like we need more females in the DJ space. We
Yeah.
need them.
Yeah.
And I feel that way. So that's something that and
What's-
to have like a big breakout song. I'm hoping that it's God Winks.
Yeah. What's your bucket list, top of your list festival you want to play?
I think I've already played it, but if I could headline Stagecoach, that would be
That's
it.
it. That's
and
the
then
one.
bring Brandy Cyrus out.
Let's go,
That'd be
baby.
so cool.
That's what
We're manifesting it
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
We just spoke it into existence.
Yep, we did.
No, I do believe I've had multiple vision boards and then I put them away and I'll take them back out and I get emotional because sometimes I'm like, holy shit, like the thing I put on there 6 years ago actually happened. And so that's a really cool thing. I totally believe in putting things out into the universe and you gotta like believe it to conceive it. And I went to a Tony Robbins seminar that changed my life. It did. It changed my life. Yes. It was after my vocal cord surgery and I met someone there that like I saved. He was an attorney that completely helped me when I was in a pickle, in a bind. And like, I believe in manifesting and the power of your mind,
Yeah.
Me too.
like it controls. I feel like these little things control everything.
Yep.
So,
Very, very true. Well, thanks so much for
oh my
coming.
gosh, thank you.
This was so
I love
fun.
it.
It was so fun.
I'm so ready to be an adopted Cyrus.
I know. Well, you're in. You're in. All right. So your single God Winks just came out. What else can the stoners be on the lookout for from you for this year?
Full album in the fall, which is exciting. I've never put out a full album.
Wow.
So I
Really?
know.
That's crazy.
I know. A remix by Brandy Cyrus.
Yes.
So
That's gonna happen. And and more music and more shows and I'm excited. And
too.
hopefully we'll get some sleep, get some beauty rest at some
God
point because the
willing.
two of us are on the same grind, the same
I know. We really are.
5 a.m.
Ain't
flight status.
No rest for the wicked.
Gosh,
Ain't
no.
that the truth? All
Yes.
right. Well, Annie, thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you
been
so much.
fun.
Thank you.
So
I just adore adore you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
This
and
was so
respect.
fun.
I know,
This
it
was so
good.
fun.
Stoners, we will be back next week. I think still in Nashville. I'm trying to keep Tish hostage here.
One more.
I'm trying to move the entire
One more
podcast
week.
here.
One more week.
Sorry we didn't get to DRMT today. We just had too much fun talking to Annie. But make
Sorry.
sure you guys are sending in your questions for DRMT to sorrywe'recyrus@gmail.com. And we will get into it next week.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.
See ya. Bye.
This podcast has been brought to you by Podcast Nation and Hopetown Entertainment.